Gemini Man, an Ang Lee film starring Will Smith, Clive Owen, and Will Smith. So, it's Will versus Will with evil Clive, and I'm afraid it's clones, drones, and no undertones. This is a plot you've seen 1,000 times before, executed a lot better than this, I'm afraid to say. Thing is, for me, I think the human brain has reached a point now where we've seen so much CGI, you can really tell the difference between something real on screen and something that's not real on screen. For me, every time CGI young Will Smith was on the screen, I just found it really distracting, especially the way in which he moved in relation to non-CGI Will Smith. And on that note of young CGI Will Smith, spoilers here, he's meant to have been raised by a Southern American, Clive Owen, for his daddy, whose ridiculous accent, like Clive Owen's accent in this film, just seems to slip from American state to American state. It's not consistent at all, sometimes even slipping back into his native English accent. And then when young Will Smith comes on the scene, you're expecting him to reflect that in some way. Well, he doesn't. He just sounds like Will Smith with a slightly more timid, less jaded voice. He's still using all his Will Smithisms, as it were, especially when he's talking to himself, the dialogue between the two Will Smiths. You don't at all feel like this is a different person who's been raised differently with a different background. That's not something that the film seems to have thought about or even carried through. So the CG in all of the fight scenes in this film are just completely ridiculous. We're talking The Matrix Reloaded, which for its time was great. But this is 2019. You can't do that now. It doesn't stack up. The movement is completely unfluid. You can even see the tracking on the CG. It's just not very good. At best, what you end up with here is like a PlayStation 2 game cutscene. But that's just weird. Another big problem with this film I have is just tone, just overall tone. You feel a lot of the time like there's attempts at humour that just don't land. That's because it's a film that probably shouldn't have taken itself so seriously, especially when it's such a rehash. But everybody plays it so straight. Even the supporting cast that are meant to be the comic relief, they still play everything really straight. And it's just confusing to the viewer. You're just confused by this because it's not a serious film or a serious concept. I don't feel like it has a lot of gravitas or messages to get across here. Not that I'm looking for something that clearly isn't there. This, at best, is a big budget video game blockbuster. Sorry, Ang Lee and Will Smith, but this one unfortunately isn't for me. I give Gemini Man a solid 4 out of 10, which is a shame because I am a fan of both Ang Lee, Clive Owen and Will Smith's work, but unfortunately this one, just not for me. So if you like what I do and you'd like to see some more content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again.